I'll go first. So my name's Landon Hoare. I'm actually playing El Gallo in the production of The Fantasticks. This is my fifth or sixth show that I've actually done. My last show that I did here was Man of La Mancha, where I played Don Quixote.
My name's Sydney Harvey. I almost said Louisa. I play Louisa in The Fantasticks. I've been doing theater since I was young, probably like 10. So I've been in a lot of productions, but The Fantasticks is by far my favorite. So I'm excited. This is my first performance here in St. Mary's.
Hi, I'm Daniel Kennedy. I'm playing Matt in The Fantasticks. And my theater backgrounds consist of playing a multitude of characters in church plays and school productions where I went to Sears Drama Festival and stuff like that. So nothing on a more professional level, so this would be more major for me, and this is the first time I've ever worked with the St. Mary's Community Players.
I love it because I've done it several times. It's kind of my home base. Yeah, well, I'm not the star. I've been in several productions here. Always had, I figured, relatively really good roles that I've auditioned for and been able to get as well. But it's a great stage to perform on. The backstage is a little bit tight. However, we never use it actually in this production. We're always on stage consistently.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a great cast and crew. Yeah, like we're all really excited to be here and put on the show. So yeah, I think it's great to be here.
For me, it's a little nerve-wracking. This is my first, it's really new. Everything is
really big part
recent.
As well.
Yeah.
And the score can be a little bit difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult of a show, but I'm having the time of my life, and honestly, I really love it here. It's a really, really great cast.
The cast has definitely been a lot of fun to work with, that's for sure. We've had some great moments in the way of actual fun. It's been a lot of hard work, so it's, the fun, I guess, is actually when we get to actually have the audience put the show on for real. Right now, it's just a lot of repetitive work and getting the lines bang on and getting the movements right in. But I'd say, overall, the cast has been a great cast to work with. They've been a lot of fun. We've had a couple of good little parties after here and there. It's been good. Yeah, I kind of play the good guy, bad guy kind of character. I play good with Louisa, and I'm really nice with her. I play really bad with Matt. We have a bit of a fight scene that we have to go through. But for me, I really enjoy my characters. It's the first time I've ever had an opportunity to be the bad guy. I've always played the lover and the romantic and the positive person that people want to cuddle up to, and this is not that character. My relationship with Louisa is very different than it is with Matt. I really show them both really different parts of the world in really odd ways. I show Louisa a beautiful part of the world that she wants to see, and then I show Matt the part of the world that he thinks is really real, but I kind of take him down the bad path, shall we say, for his part of it.
Yeah, well, going off what Lanny said for Louisa, I think Louisa's character really does see the world how she wants to see it. She's very, she wants her life to be full of drama. She wants adventure and excitement, and she wants it to be just like how she reads in books, and I think that kind of gets in the way of her living sometimes, which you see in the show. But yeah, Louisa's definitely a dreamer.
For Matt, I think, for the first act at least, pretty much his whole world revolves around his insane kind of love for this one singular person. He's kind of like a hopeless romantic. His whole existence kind of centers around this girl, which is kind of odd when you're comparing the two characters, because Louisa's world is kind of like her own drama, whereas Matt, it's like his world is solely about her. And it isn't until the second, and it really isn't until the second act when he finally kind of clicks in and realizes oh, she's not my whole world, and then he kind of goes to find it, kind of to get back at her, in a sense. But it isn't until he realizes that the world isn't what it seems, and that he needs to focus on the true connection that he has with Louisa, not this insane kind of love that he feels in his own heart and his own head.
What I find challenging with my character is I'm very much a lone wolf, so I don't really have anybody to bounce off of and do a lot of scene work with, because I scene work with every character. That's where I find Louisa and Matt are often together as a pair.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of observing a lot of what they're doing, then I kind of start to interfere a little bit, mostly in the second act. But the first act is kind of, I'm just the charmer in the first act, and then I put the song and dance into the second act for them. But I'd say, for me, the challenging part is definitely the score, and always trying to stay in your character when you're not in the moment of actually being on the stage.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly on stage in the show. There's no exits and entrance. Once you're on to stay.
Yeah, and I think it's also difficult to just, like, know what your character is saying. Like, the lines are one thing, but, like, knowing the meaning behind it. And I know that's just acting, but, you know, there's so many ways you could say a line and so many meanings you could have behind it. It's hard to know, like, which one is most authentic to my character. Like, what would my character do? And, like, which path should I take with this? I think that's difficult sometimes.
For my character, mostly, it's a lot of physical work. I have a lot of movement and a lot of running around on the stage, and I have to fight everyone in scenes. I've never done stage combat before either.
He's doing a great job.
You are.
Very good job.
But it's just kind of a challenge of remembering, like, how, like, all the movements and stuff like that, and where to go, when to be. Even though my role is significantly, in comparison, I'd say, like, smaller stage-wise, like being on stage, I don't have that big of a role, but I have a lot of movement in all of my scenes, and it's a real challenge for me to remember, like, I'm supposed to be stage left right now, or right now. And as well as the score, like Lanny said, especially, I can see it. That one's really hard.
Or round and round, like that's another one that's a challenge. It just constantly goes, for sure.
Yeah, it is a very challenging musical, but it means it's very...
It has a little bit of Sondheimness to it,
Yeah.
a little bit of Stephen
There's so
Sondheim.
many different styles of music. It's as much as like a
And the
music
chord progressions and the
entertainment.
notes
And
balance
it's so
is
hard
challenging.
because there's really nowhere to hide in this score.
Yeah.
Because there's only
Very exposed.
8 people, and one of them doesn't sing at all.
Yeah, doesn't even
Yeah.
speak.
Like,
Yeah.
we have all these harmonies to sing, and we're the only ones singing them, which is can be like really challenging at times. There's no like ensemble to hide behind. You can't
Right.
just look pretty. You have to sound pretty.
Yeah, but that's like part of the show though too. It's very like you see our characters like right up and center.
Yeah,
Like
it's
we
really
don't
raw.
even the whole thing where we're always on stage. Like the audience is always watching us. Like it's part of the show. Yeah. I don't know. I know the music is really challenging, but I don't know, the music is just so fun to me, especially like when it changes up and you go
Yeah,
from-
the style, I guess.
yeah,
of the music
like
is
the
very
style of
interesting.
music, and then it's just, I don't know, I love the music. I love performing it. I love listening to it. It's really fun.
Louisa's got these wonderful high B flats and C's and things that just never stop.
Oh my god.
I think Matt and I, we have to sing them almost over about a 2-octave range, a little over 2-octave range by the time we actually get doing it.
I love it though because like even if you don't like one kind of style of music, like there's so many different styles of music in the one show. It just like there's a lot of contrast even just between songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like really, really interesting musically, which sometimes in musicals, like it's kind of like, oh, here are the words and we're just putting the tune to it just to make it, so you can sing the words so it can be a musical. But this show is very like, music is part of the performance too. I don't know, I like it.
There's a lot of like ballads, a lot of love songs. I guess
Yeah.
the big song from the show is "Try to Remember,"
Yeah.
which is the opening song that
It's
is
just so
presented.
sweet.
It is, and it really tells the story of, I think, of really what the show is. It's if you can listen to that and actually get the entire concept. But there's also, like, my character has a bit of a Spanish influence. A lot of my song work has a bit of that Spanish undertones to it. Louisa's got some lovely ballads and some lovely musical lines to it as well. Matt's got a couple fast pieces he has to go through as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'd say that the music is pretty challenging for Matt.
Yeah.
But, like, it's so fun to sing. I love singing this part so much because it's so, like, belty and in, like, that high kind of nice part of my range that I like to sing in. So, like, And yes, like sometimes I can't hit those high notes, but like
the passion is there.
the passion is there.
It
that
sells.
I love singing, especially like even how difficult it is. And I know everyone hates the song, but I love singing. I can see it because even though it like destroys my voice afterwards, like it's so fun to just be able to like be on stage and just belt out these really nice notes and just be there and in the moment. And that's what I really love about music.
One thing I really think people should see is it's a true. I would say it's a true story, but it's a true way of actually how young people actually see the world these days. They think that it's all fairy tales and wonderful, and then that's how Louisa is. I present that world to Louisa, then I present reality to Matt, and that's I think it's a good show for younger people to actually see, but also it's the longest running show on Broadway, and it's not done very often.
Yeah.
So this is, I wouldn't say it's a once in a lifetime, but it's probably going to be a one-off for a lot of people.
Yeah. Just the way the show is written, too, it's just so, like, they get in such a depth of, like, the message they're trying to say, but it's also very entertaining. Like, it's hard to get both of those sometimes, but, like, you can see the message and you can be entertained with the music and, like, what's going on stage all at once. So yeah, I think it's a really, really good show to see just in general. And I think we put it on pretty
do
great.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're going to get a lot
Good
of passion. You're going to get a lot of very sad moments, I think, in it. And you can kind of see a lot of the foreshadowing, especially especially in the second act. I think that's really comes into play. The first act is nice and cute, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's very wholesome.
Yeah.
Where the second act is reality.
It's just like that really, really nice, perfect blend of like not being like a really heavy drama or like something like that, but also being like a comedy at the same time. It just gives it that really nice blend where you're completely and utterly like rolling, not like rolling, but like laughing and like having a lot of fun. But at the same time, you see the real in depth of how humans would like experience their emotions and life and going through the motions of like going from being really in love and like it's so blissful and stuff like that to like pure heartbreak and then to realizing that like I don't know the words
like you have everything you need right here.
Yeah
That's the best way to
exactly.
describe it. That's exactly what it is.